Yo, what's up? It's your boy BigDonSkillz bringing you another video today. It is 10 o'clock at night and I'm finally producing this video, man. This one's interesting. It is about Ninja. If you don't know who Ninja is, he is the most popular streamer in the world. Definitely known for playing Fortnite as well as some other battle royales. Blew up, literally just been on everything that you can imagine. And he had an interview recently with New York Times asking him some questions about white privilege. And his answers and responses were kind of questionable. So as a black man, as a brother, I feel the need to kind of elaborate and talk a little bit about this. So let's jump straight into it, man. We'll see what everything's looking like. All right, so the article here is from GameSpot. I tried my best to find this, but it was done originally through New York Times. Could not find an actual video interview, so it may have been just one of those non-recorded interviews. Popular Twitch streamer Tyler Ninja Blevins has some choice words for parents in an interview with the New York Times. Listen to and more importantly, teach your kids. Ninja was asked several questions by the publication about a number of things in his life. One question in particular was centered around the behavior of the kids who frequent his live streams. When asked about what could be done to mitigate the oftentimes infantile and inflammatory comments made in chat, which inevitably tend to devolve into some form of derogatory or racial slurs, Ninja said it all comes down to parenting. And in Ninja's exact response, he says, "But it all comes down to parenting," Ninja said. "You want to know who your kid is? Listen to him when he's playing video games when he thinks you're not. Here's another thing. How does a white kid know he has white privilege if its parents never teach him or don't talk about racism?" Okay, so that was kind of a lot to take in. The first part of it, he says, it all comes down to parenting. I partially agree with this. I don't completely agree with this. Parenting is a big part of, guiding and molding your kids to the right direction. And I think a lot of parents, especially in this digital age of things, need to be monitoring their kids more. They need to be paying attention to what they're doing online, who they're talking to, who they're interacting with. I think this stuff is like very, very important. But at the same time, man, when an issue is presented in your chat, as a streamer myself, if an issue is presented to you in your chat, your whole job is meant to get in there and like de-escalate the situation. If people are coming in your chat spamming the N-word, their asses need to be called out or banned or whatever the case is. In the case of me, who's a much smaller streamer who isn't averaging, thousands of people, talking in chat at the same time. If one person comes in, it's on spot. It's right there on time. I'm gonna address the situation, but I think it's kind of a lame answer in the sense of like, okay, it's their parents' responsibility. Well, what are you gonna do whenever it presents to you? Like, it's also your responsibility whenever it comes into your life. So things may not be cool with me, right? Or things may not really bother me, but the second it comes into my life, now it's gonna bother me and I'm gonna have to address it. It's the same situation. So I think that answer is kind of like, I think that's on both sides of it, where it's like, yeah, it's definitely the parents' responsibility. Look at teachers, for example. Teachers are kind of like almost expected to raise kids, even though that's not their responsibility. But at the same time, they can have a role in molding or letting people know what's right and what's wrong and what's tolerated. Because if you don't address the situation, then it's going to keep going. But if you at least address it, that will cause at least somebody to stop. Because they look up to Ninja. So if he says something, maybe they'll be more inclined to listen to what he has to say. So I don't really like that. But the next part of it was, how does a white kid know he has white privilege if his parents never teach him or don't talk about racism? That's really stupid, honestly. That's just kind of stupid, because white privilege doesn't have to be taught. It's seen in the daily lives. Like, you can see the advantages of being you when you're around other people. I mean, you could even go as simple as like the difference between a male and a female, right? An attractive woman is gonna get more attention than an average looking guy or an attractive guy. It's just the way things are. It's not that it's like bad or unfair or anything. It's just the way life is, right? Like, people are more drawn to attractive women than they are an attractive guy. There's no there's no thing about it. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to explain it. You just live life and you see it. You observe it. Okay, yeah, she's gonna get more attention. It is what it is. But I think it's a stupid thing to say that, like, how are they gonna know if they never teach? Dude, there are plenty of kids, man. You can log on TikTok, you can log on all these websites, and you see these white kids are defying their parents because of their parents' racist beliefs. Their parents are literally the opposite, where instead of like not talking about white privilege, they live in it, and now the kid doesn't agree with it because they've seen what the real world is like. So there's no such thing as like, oh, the kid's just not gonna know because his parents didn't teach him. That only applies to you're like 7 or 8 years old, and after that, nah, you're seeing everything in the world from your own perspective, I feel like. So it's definitely kind of just a weird thing to say, man. I'm not really a fan of that. Ninja went on to say it's not his job to teach kids about culture or topics related to race because his first instinct is to assume he's being trolled in chat. What? Like, I don't get that, man. And I want to say this too before I continue. Ninja is Ninja. This isn't one of those videos that's meant to be like, dude, cancel Ninja. It's not even one of those videos, but it's like, he should be better than this. I feel like, I don't know, my expectations aren't high or anything crazy, but like, I think it's silly. And this kind of protrudes to Ninja personally, now that I think about it. One problem with Ninja specifically, you can watch plenty of streams and moments where he's had this. He always thinks that somebody is on him, like getting at him or attacking him. You know, if he has an argument with somebody else while they're playing the games, you'll see that he always alludes to somebody going after him because of like his essentially because of his status, even though he may not directly say it. I think that's a Ninja problem in particular, because that's really like dense and sideways to think that because someone's saying racist and insensitive words in your chat that it's because they're trolling. And that's another problem with right now, where and on the internet and even in real life, you can quote unquote troll and quote that in racism, and it's okay because you said, hey, I was just trolling. Hey, it's just a joke, bro. It's just a joke, bro. Remember those pranksters that were like going in the hood, literally pranking people in the hood and about to get shot, and then people thought, damn, these people are really people in the hood. They're really bad. They're really mean. They're really aggressive. But it's like you pulled up in somebody else's spot and tried to troll them and mess with them. So like, it's the same thing in here. Like, if you pull up in Ninja stream talking all that nonsense, that should be the responsibility of him and his moderation. Because think about it, he has thousands of people. His moderation in him should be on the same page, so we have a zero tolerance for racism. If someone does it, maybe he can bring it to Ninja's attention and he can call out everybody in the whole stream. Because people get banned for this stuff, man. Streamers can get banned for what the viewers say. It's happened quite a lot where big streamers will raid people and their chat is so toxic that they literally will cuss out like the streamer that they're raiding. It's ridiculous. And the streamers themselves have gotten banned for that. So it's your community. You have the control of your community. If you just sit and let your community run rampant and accept tier 3 subs, then you're the problem, because you haven't even addressed a common issue. Like, hey, I don't care if you support me monetarily. You need to have some respect in my chat, some respect in my room. So I don't like that. Gulag. That's definitely gulag. If they're gaming and their first interaction with racism is one of their friends saying the N-word and they have no idea what it is, what if it was on my stream? Ninja asks. The first interaction of somebody saying the N-word is not going to be on Ninja stream. I'm just going to say that. If you're throwing out that word, I'm going to say this. Everybody knows what that word is. So you don't just throw that word out because you think it's funny. It's because you're racist. You don't throw that word out for casual play and for pleasure. Like, you say the word the because you need to use it in a sentence properly. You say the N-word because you know the intention and the root of that word. That's why you say that. So it's very, very, very dense, very tone deaf. That's the word I was looking for, tone deaf. That's a terrible statement. Is it my job to have this conversation with this kid? No, because the first thing that's going on in my head is this kid is doing this on purpose to troll me. Once again, that's ninja syndrome. He thinks somebody's always coming after him. If someone says a racial slur on someone else's stream, it can potentially get that streamer banned. It's awful, but that's the first thing I think of. And that's what I said before. You have control of your own community, dude. You start and you finish your community. My community right now knows what I accept and what I don't accept. And if there's people that come in pushing the line, they're either getting talked to or they're getting banned, because I've established these rules and I've established myself within my own community. There's no way somebody's coming in and saying things like this and getting away with it. Matter of fact, I even enable open discussion in my stream where people have asked me questions about race before. Hey Don, I was just wondering if I could ask this question. And we've had plenty of conversations, whether it's about protesting, privilege, different things that they've observed with the black community. Like, I enable that in my stream, but they know to be respectful about it, and it's always been respectful. I've never had an issue with it because people are respectful, and we have a mutual respect for each other. So I know I'm speaking in a smaller streamer sense, and a streamer with 10,000 people isn't going to have that same interaction. But at the same time, you have the ability to talk to 10,000 different people. So as opposed to me talking to 5 people and maybe no one's listening, you talk to 10,000 people and at least a couple of hundred people are hearing what you're saying. So I don't know. At the same time, however, Ninja noted that the internet's illusion of anonymity does embolden people to say what they want. Ninja still thinks parents should get involved, though. Definitely. That's the problem with the internet, is that people... This is a problem with life, too. There's a lot of people in their lives, they've gotten away with just saying whatever they want for their whole lives, and they haven't gotten a chance to get their ass beat yet. Like, some people just have not got their ass whooped or haven't gotten called out yet on their stuff. And I said this in a previous video. It was a video I did a while back about racism in the Smash community, about the Isabel girl that was saying racist stuff, and Stroder, another Smash Brothers player. And I think it's to the responsibility of other people around them to call them out, and that's what Ninja can do. You don't have to be protesting and throwing hashtag Black Lives Matter and doing all this stuff and say, trying to prove yourself to black people. That's not what we're asking for. We're just asking, we would just like you to call things out as they come. If one of your friends is like, nah, there's nothing wrong with saying the N-word, or they say or do things that are, that make you feel uncomfortable and racist, it's your duty to call them out. That has nothing to do with like racism itself. That's something to do with how they make you feel. If you know something about racism makes you feel a certain way and you're not even of that race they're referring to, that lets you know it's probably wrong to begin with. So once again, man, it's our responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility to call out that BS, bro. And you don't let that stuff fly, man. And that's how you slowly transition and make your way towards, that stuff being resolved. If you look at it with, certain communities, LGBTQ, like the LGBTQ, excuse me, you can't just say shit. You know what I'm saying? They've established, like, you can't say shit. Your ass will get destroyed. But people can go around and say, N-words and certain words, and nothing happens to them. Which Ninja has said on stream before. Even though it wasn't the hard R, he still said it himself. So, and that's another thing. Like, you shouldn't really expect much from someone who said it themselves and doesn't have enough self-control to not say it on stream. If I have self-control to not say it on stream, then he definitely has self-control to not say it on stream. And last thing, man, I know this video is kind of going on, but I don't think it's gaming. I think it's internet culture. People are behind the screen. They say what they want and they can get away with it. You have complete anonymity. Your information and data are precious and should remain private, but it sucks that there are kids who can say racist things and incredibly aggressive and threatening to women online and have zero repercussions. It'd be awesome if when someone said something threatening, you could be like, let me look up this dude's gamer tag on this website. Okay, whatever. If the law could do this, not a normal person, and then boom, it's Jimmy. He said this, let's call his parents. That sounds nice on paper, but it's just not realistic. Like, I get it. Like, I think that'd be dope too. But like that becomes a privacy issue. And like, you know, people are crazy about their privacy. So that's just not happening, dude. Like, US would have to pass some crazy laws for stuff like that to happen. That's just unrealistic, and it's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think that would be great, because, you know, there's a lot of people who think they can do and say whatever they want, and this is just an internet problem. Like I said earlier, this is a real life problem. People really think they can just talk however they want, all reckless, like it's nothing. That's like gotta be addressed, bro. But I know I've been I'll say this every video. I know I've been talking for a while, but yeah, man, I think this is an interesting topic. I know this channel, I tend to talk about a little bit of everything, but whenever it comes to race and racism, I have a pretty strong, I have a really strong opinion of that type of stuff. So I always feel the need to address it, especially when it's related to gaming and somebody as big as Ninja. But yeah, yo, let me know what y'all think of the whole situation. And just the one thing I always encourage to everybody watching this, I guess at the end of the video, I have the video I did on Schroeder in the racist things in the Smash community. I think that video definitely summarizes how I feel very well as well. You gotta stand up to this stuff, man. Us as black people, we stand up to things. We would like to think it's enough, but it's really not. But for other people and other races to stand up to racism, that's how you really, show you're an ally, show you're the realist. You don't have to talk like us and talk, try and talk all cool and, air quotes, and talk black and all that stuff. Nah, that's not how you get respect from black people. You get respect by being respectful and calling things out as they need to be called. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for being in here. Like I said, a little bit more of a serious video today, but I felt like it was worth my talk. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I will definitely be on tomorrow, and yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you all so much. You have a good night, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace out. Deuces.